Hello and welcome to the fourth part of our TenderPOS tutorial within Stock Control. Today we are going to be looking at the reporting side of the Stock Control element. Let's go ahead and log into our store, head over into our Stock Control, and we're going to focus on just three of the reports in this tutorial today. That being Stock Management, Stock Transaction Detail, and Stock Report. So let's first go have a look at our stock management report, which is the general overview of our stock and what is it doing. Just like all of our other reporting in TenderPOS, we can select a duration, a location, and a group in this instance. So let's go ahead and click View to have a look at just today. So let's start making our way from the left over to the right based off all of our groups. So just like our other reporting within products, we have the product group in blue and the products themselves down here. So what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at something called first day on hand. Now, it is very important to note that TenderPOS works around an average stock. Now, what does that mean? Well, that's very different to something along the lines of stock control based off of a first in, first out system. Now, when we look at our first day on hand, the first day on hand is our duration, date that we've selected, and the moment that we press View. So for example, when we're looking at today, that's looking at the start of my business day today, based off of my company settings, until I've run that report. And it was telling me that when I started this morning, my parcel log reports, I had a -9 quantity on hand, which means that I have been selling products, but I haven't had any stock to do so. Then we have our net sales. This is just giving us a net sales amount. So if we were doing discounts on our product, it would show me that I had some net sales versus the total sales of that product. Then a stock purchase, if I had done any purchases on my product today. So Heineken, for example, I bought 4 cases. Then we're having a look at a wastage quantity, if we've done any wastage via the stock control, stock change and wasted feature. A stock take quantity, and here you can see, well, after I bought 96, I counted only 90. Now obviously we're looking at a test example here, which is why my numbers, for example, how do I buy 96 and then only count 90? That is just because we are in a test environment. Then we're looking at my last day on hand. Well, after I've done all of my stock control and I've done my stock takes and whatnot, I've counted that I had none. We're then looking at a cost of sales, if applicable, depending on your product setup. We're looking at the cost of the stock take. Well, based off of what I buy the product for and what I've counted, it's telling me their numbers. We can look at our theoretical profits and margins, our actual margins. This is obviously based off of all the numbers that I've bought and sold. And then we've got a cost of stock take on hand. So what are we looking at with our quantities here? Let's go ahead and click into, for example, my Heineken. If I wanted to know what was going on in the transaction detail of my Heineken, I can simply click on it. This is the same report that is found under Stock Control and Stock Transaction Detail. So you can either go directly through the product in the Stock Management report, or alternatively click on the product itself to get through here. And what are we looking at? We're looking at just today. And what is it telling me? Well, for my Heineken, I bought and stock take this product. I haven't done any sales. Let's go ahead and increase our duration. Let's go ahead and do this month. Tap on my view, and here you can see during this month, I've only done a single sale of a Heineken. 7 sales of a Heineken. So let's go back to our view for our Heineken via our stock management. And we're looking at what we've bought versus our opening stock versus our end quantities. Why don't we go find a product with a date range? So if we go have a look at this year, for example, with our Heineken, here we see a lot more information going on. Well, here we sold an item that gave us an opening stock with a variance of 1, based off of our opening stock from what we bought and sold. A little bit further down, we have some more information that goes throughout the entire sales history of the product for the time that you've chosen. And you can see here we count down up until 9, 11, 12, and so on. And then on the day here, we did a stock count. You can see with our variance and our opening quantities, we've got our stock take that we did. A little bit further back on the 24th of March, and you can see I don't really work with this product that often, we did a purchase. So here we see a number of different options that are going on with all of our products, where we are, where we're getting to, and what we're doing. So using our different reporting in TenderPOS, if we pop into our stock control again, we can now pop into our stock report. Again, we'll have a look at today. This is a condensed version of our stock management report, giving our first day on hand, purchases, wastage, stock taste, and any ingredients used. So importantly, if we were selling things like cocktails and our cocktails had ingredients attached, this would say that I've used those products. So let's go ahead and run this report for a year. So looking at all of these individual products that we've done over the year. So using these three reports that we have in TenderPOS will give you the general idea of where you are at with all of your stock. It's going to tell you what you've bought, what you've sold, what you've counted, what you've stock taped, and what you've purchased, and all of the relevant figures that go along with that. Just like all of our reporting, you can simply pop this out to Excel if you wanted to do anything else with those numbers. Now, depending on how you have your product set up and how often you're doing your purchasing and receiving, your numbers might look a little bit better than mine. As I'm in my test environment, my products aren't following a standard workflow like you would see in a live environment. If you have any more questions around anything to do with stock control, please do reach out to the support team. Thank you very much.